Hi guys, so I just finished with the immigration. Hi guys, Joy here and welcome back to the channel. As the intro part of the video showed, I went to Singapore this year and we are going to have a story time about the trip. It was a different trip compared to my first time in Singapore and I'm gonna tell you guys all about it. Initially in this video, I was planning to capture that moment when it was also my first time here in Clark International Airport. But as you can see in the video, I didn't really capture it as nicely as I expected it to be. Maybe because there were some people who arrived just in time as I was videoing this part. So it was not that cinematic look. And I think because I used the front camera in this one, that's why it was not as clear as the video I made last year.
Hi! And hi from Katif. I came in early, like 7 hours early before my departure, which is ideal. I used a Grab car because I didn't want to wait at the terminal. Let's just say I just prefer to use a Grab car. That's why I chose to take the Grab car. Anyway, I'm here. I'm just gonna sleep and rest for a while and I'll see you guys later.
Anyway, going back, I went to the airport very early. And then while I was sitting down in this rocking chair, because it was the only chair that was available at that time. So I was like, ooh, lucky me, I found a chair. So I sat down there and rest for a while. And then suddenly, or a few minutes later, there was this mom with 2 kids. And then the kid was telling her mom to, "Mom, sit down in this chair." And then the mom said, "Oh, we can't sit there because those are for the 60 years old and above." I was like sitting in the rocking chair while she was saying that with my very shocked personality. Like I didn't see the sign. I just sat down because it was the only space there. And then she was like, "No, those are for the elderly, for those people who are 60 years old and above."
Promise to God, I didn't see this. I didn't read this before sitting here. It was just the only free chair that I saw.
Personally, I think I deserve an Emmy or Grammy award for doing this part of the video because I'm very shy and I'm like twirling around, not even dancing because I can't do that in a public place just to get this footage for you guys. So yeah, this requires a lot of strength. And just like everybody else, I weigh my luggage just to be sure that it's still within the 20-kilo limit. Hi guys, so I just finished with the immigration. I'm inside already and they had so many questions which I think is very normal. If you're a solo international traveler, just be ready with your documents like round-trip tickets, check-in hotel, certificate of employment, and they would ask other questions, of course your passport, like that. But overall it was smooth and I'm inside and I'm just waiting for my boarding and flight. So I'll see you guys later. I'm very, very excited now. Sorry guys, but you cannot expect me to talk in a public place while videoing, while recording myself, especially if there are other people, especially other passengers who are around, because I'm still very much camera shy, and this is so far the best thing that I can do for you guys, just showing my face. Okay, seeing the airplane lift from the ground, it still feels amazing and weird. Like, I can feel that there's no gravity. There's nothing pulling me down to the ground and we just lift it up. It's so amazing. But yeah, and this is my first time to ride Scoot, and it's very pretty. They have this cartoon logo of a woman flying. And yeah, I kind of noticed they didn't give games. Unlike Cebu Pacific, if you ride, they would like make games, sell some stuffed toys along the way, and have that chit chat. But I noticed they were very quiet. Like, it was very professional type. That was how it felt being in the airline. You know what? The clouds. I think I ride an airplane maybe 6 times, and it still amazes me. It's still a part of me that I want to see the clouds. Actually, they asked me on where do I prefer, an aisle seat or a window seat. Of course, I said I wanted a window seat because I still want to see the clouds and the view and the lifting from the ground. But they placed me like in the very back of the plane, the last part. Anyway, important thing is I got my window seat. We landed safely in Singapore, and that's that. That's the only important thing there. It was a little bit scary because there was this turbulence, the shaking. It was scary. Definitely for my part, I felt scared. Anyway, it was safe. And thank God I made it to Singapore. The first time I went to Singapore, I didn't see this. I was wondering actually where is this landmark, and they said it was in the Changi airport, but I didn't see it because last year we landed in Terminal 4 and now we're at Terminal 1, and finally I saw it. That's why I took a video of it, because I was wondering where is this place. And then so when I landed to Singapore, Jenny wasn't there because she was gonna pick me up like 30 minutes or 1 hour after I landed. So I explored the airport on my own, which was kind of good because I felt a little independent. And if you land in Terminal 1, it's easier to find the Jewel Rain Vortex. So yeah, I'm kind of proud of myself to be here and like, oh, I found my way on my own like that. Such an independent girl like that. Anyway, I'm so proud.
I'm here again.
Now, if you could see this video, this is supposed to be very iconic. It's when the MRT would cross near the Jewel Rain Vortex. And I just have to say that the first thing I noticed was my arms were really big. Like, I had such big muscles. And I was already thinking like not posting this part of the video because I really look fat in the in the video, but not much people actually watch my video, and it's my moment, and the video does look good, and the fact that my arms are big, sure, it's a part of me. So let it be. Let's keep the footage of it having the big arms, and we're already working on it. I'm already working on that part. So let it be. Let's just be proud that this independent girl landed in Singapore and her own, found her luggage on her own, found the Jewel Vortex on her own, and explored the airport on her own. It may look like I know where I'm going, but honestly, I don't have an idea where I'm going. I even went into two different elevators and went into some basement I don't know where just to find the spot where I could get a good view of the jewel. Okay, next. Story time. This was kind of funny because I made a time-lapse video while I was touring around the airport, the jewel. And then Jenny messaged me. She sent a picture, I'm here. And then I was like, wait, I zoom in the picture and I saw my bag. I'm there in that picture that you just sent. And I was like, what? We were shocked because I was just in front of her, and then I paused the video. I slow-mo the time lapse, and I saw she was just right there behind me while I was doing the 360 thing. She was just right behind me, and we didn't notice each other. She thought I was still wearing the red jacket, but I'm already wearing white. After that, we were off and had our chit chat. We ate and enjoyed our time together. Just look how good they make their coffee here in Singapore. It looks so entertaining. I find it very entertaining. So here's me and Jenny walking all the way to Terminal 2 just to see the Wonderfall. Of course, I know I have seen the Wonderfall, but for some reason I just wanted to see it again because I saw a video that it said it's going to be a Disney theme. I don't know, I don't have an idea on how it will look like as a Disney theme. And it was very, very beautiful. I'm like a kid there, just staring at the Wonderfall. It's very, very beautiful. And soon after that, I checked in my hotel and I made a video for you guys about my hotel. So check that out, please. Okay. Following day, we didn't waste our time, or I didn't waste my time. I immediately went to Universal Studios. So here's the thing. Actually, Jenny gave me money to buy food while she was not around or she's at work and she can't come with me. But you know what I did? Actually, I didn't tell her this, so if she's watching this is the first time she'll find out. You know what I did with the money? I immediately spent it to buy a ticket in Universal Studios. So from that moment on, my budget immediately cut in half because of that. But here's the thing, I know I have my own money to use at that time, but it's just that I have a financial goal this year and I didn't want this trip to ruin that goal of reaching that amount of money for 2026. So I just tried to make this trip very frugal as much as possible. So for the rest of the video after the Universal Studio trip, you'll be expecting that we'll be just going to some places that are free. Anyway, that's what I did. I went to Universal Studios and let's talk about that trip. I was able to go to 14 attraction. Yes, 14. As early as 9 a.m. I was already there. The opening time is 10, but there was already so many people at that time. It was actually a Thursday because according to my research, there are only few people during the weekday, especially around Wednesday, Thursday. So I scheduled Thursday to be the day that I'll go to Universal Studios. My first trip was the Mummy, which was kinda scary in terms of the path that I walked in was so far away. Like they had this very very long queue, but there wasn't any people because I was the first one there. And then after that, I ride the Galactica, the human. It gave me some fear, realistic fear, because it was shaking. So it reminded me of the turbulence in the airplane, which created me a fear of riding the airplane. But don't worry, I conquer it because I ride the plane going home. But it was weird. I do not suggest that going to the Mommy and the Galactica and Transformer consecutively, because it it would make your brains float. It will make your stomach flip. It's really, really, really weird. Actually, I don't want to ride these rides. These are not like the rides that we just needed to do to check the list, because people will be asking like, oh, you went to Universal Studio, did you try the Mummy, did you try Galactica? Like, they are the top on the list of extreme rides that people who would go to Universal Studio and try. So yeah, I did it. I'm gonna list down everything that I ride here so you guys would know what are they. So far, honestly, it was very very pretty just seeing the place. I just didn't like that most of the time they wouldn't allow you to video or record while you were riding the ride, because some of them are very dangerous. Okay, so if you let go of the phone, or if the phone drops, somebody might get hit along the way, so they don't allow that. So if it's a slow ride, then yes, they would allow you to use or bring your camera or your bag. But for most of the extreme rides, they have a locker wherein you could enter a code and leave your bag there. And you know what? They're gonna ask information for you, our information, while you're putting the locker. And it was kind of crazy because like the digits of my year I was born was like, gosh, I'm kind of realizing how old I really am. Like, I kept on pressing the digits and my gosh, I'm really old right now when I remember how old or the year that I was born. But anyway, never mind that. Never mind that. Let's just ignore that part.
I feel like a princess in a solo ride with a ghost driver. Ghost driver who is physically not present at the moment. We're enjoying everything right now.
Going back, I think, as crazy as it may sound, the ride that I really enjoyed was the Elmo ride. It's funny, the Elmo ride, because it was a very slow ride, and the Elmo spaghetti ride. It was a very very slow ride. It was air conditioned. If you're in Singapore and they say the ride is air conditioned, you should go there. And then I also like the Steven Spielberg. It wasn't actually a ride. It was something that you're supposed to watch. It was very very nice. And I also love the Trolls. The Troll theater show. Actually, I think they changed it according to season. So at that time when I went there, it was about the Trolls. It was very very nice. If we could cry a little bit because we're immature, then we can cry. But it was very very nice. They actually sang a song that brought back a memory of me and my papa, and I was crying, so it was very very nice. I'm very very like controlling my tears right now, but I want to cry. Anyway, that's why I really 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 like that. Okay, so we're gonna cut the video here. I I also watched two 3D movies. It's the what's called this? It's the Minions and what's the other one? Shrek. The Shrek one, the chair was too shaky. It was shaking a lot because there was a scene that he was riding a horse. So technically the chair was shaking, and there was this the Minion. It was very nice. The Minion ride, actually, I really liked it because it wasn't that shaky compared to Shrek. And like my back is getting hurt with the shaking of the chair. So yeah, I can feel my age.
Hi!
Wow.
Say thank you to Jenny because she paid for my trip.
Oh,
Hi, Jenny!
Hi, Jenny.
Thank you for the free trip.
Yeah, come to Burke next time. Get a dragon. A little further though, so you might need a few more fish to make that journey.
Them to come here and visit Universal Studios also next time, right?
Absolutely. Come and say hi and maybe
too.
meet a dragon in the process.
Ah, thank you so much. Take care. Bye.
Here's something I want to share to you guys. There is actually a perk of being a solo in Universal Studio because you get to access the single riders lane. They will allow you to access the express lane, and that means like it's free because you don't have to pay additional for the express. That's why I was able to finish 14 rides. Because wow, it's like being alone is nice after all, like that. Okay, I think I finished almost everything that I wanted to see around 6 p.m. and they'll be closing at that time until 8 p.m. And since there was no fireworks because it was a Thursday, I really didn't see the point of staying further, so I just went home. And of course, I needed to try laksa. Laksa! Oh my gosh, I really love laksa. And Kopi Melaka. The Kopi Melaka, I tasted that day, really hits the spot. It was really good. I ordered two because I really liked it. I drank one in the store at Toastbox, and then I take out another one, and I also take out my laksa because I needed to be home before 8. So yeah. I was very happy. Now, thinking about the budget that I have, it's okay. The following day after my Universal Studios trip, I decided to go for a walk again, Marina Bay and stuff like that. We walked around and it was great. I kept on saying me, but it was only me. I was the only one there. It was a solo thing. So yeah. So far, moving around, I got lost several times, and since the MRT in Singapore kept on improving, the MRT station just keeps on changing, which is kind of difficult for someone who's not really good with direction. But anyway, my friend said, well, like, don't be shy to ask. Wag mahihiyang magtanong kung right ba ito. Oh my gosh. Anyway, that's that. So I got home and I decided to make a video on how to use the MRT or how to get some direction. So it's kind of weird. And I also made another video about my hotel tour because I was transferring to different hotels. Okay, so that's for this part 1 of the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Not really sure how I'm gonna end it, so we're just gonna end it here. So stay tuned for part 2. Thank you guys for watching until the very end of this video, and I hope you like this storytelling style of the video. Bye, I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.